Welcome to the Don't Get Fooled Show with Big Rig and Ace NFL Week 15. Let's go, Ace.
Bam. All right, boys and girls, NFL Week 15. Before we get into the docket, Big Rig,
make sure to like, subscribe, comment, join the membership right below, right there. Purchase the merch, and we will be doing a giveaway, which we will talk about later.
Yes, we'll give all the giveaway contest details right before the picks. Let's start off the episode with the quote of the day. A lot of good feedback about the quote of the day, so we'll continue that. Quote of the day. So how do you know what is the right path to choose to get the result you desire? And the honest answer is this: you won't. And accepting that greatly eases the anxiety of your life experience. Let me say that one more time. So how do you know what is the right path to choose to get the result that you desire? And the honest answer is this: you won't. And accepting that greatly eases the anxiety of your life experience. This quote is by Jon Stewart, humorist and talk show host. All right, Big Rig, what do you think about the quote of the day? What's your thoughts?
Just accept life how it is, pretty much.
Accept life how it is?
Yeah, don't think too much and just do it.
There you go.
Don't think and just do it.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is what I find very interesting about this quote, and you have to really dig into the quote. And what this is like in life and your life experiences, and this can be related to anything in life. Personal, school, work, jobs, relationships, anything you want to think about, there's always a decision to be made, Big Rig. Where to take a vacation, what job to take, what college to go to, right? What relationship to pursue, etc., etc., and it can go down the line. And you're always trying to debate and think about pros and cons and stuff like that. And but the reality is, you're never really going to know what the best decision is. Exactly. You're going to make your thoughts, your analysis, pros and cons, think about it, sleep on it, pray on it. Whatever you do, you're never going to know what's going to be the right decision. And I think kind of what this quote is saying is like, once you accept that there is no right way that's going to give you a perfect answer, that just eases the anxiety of trying to make a decision. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, don't look for the exact answer, the perfect answer to give you which path you're going to choose. You got to know that there's going to be tough decisions in life that you got to make.
Right.
And I think once you understand that there's no exact precise science or formula to come up with which way to go, the anxiety of deciding kind of goes away, and you're just kind of free to make the best decision.
Yeah.
And so that's what I got out of this quote. So look, I think that really got me. It's good. A lot of the times when you have to make a tough decision, there is a lot of anxiety.
For sure.
You're always thinking about what's going to happen if it goes wrong, or what's someone else going to think, or how are other people going to look at it, or what if you mess up, or what if you miss this opportunity. And you know what? That anxiety doesn't help your situation. So just You got to understand that you're not going to know the right answer, and you just got to accept that, and and just do your best to hopefully make the right decision. So that's the quote of the day. And just want to give a shout out. There's a lot of DGF members and that are putting their quotes in the comments. And I read everything. I read all the quotes, and so that was great. And so I appreciate that, and I appreciate everyone that does comment, because we do read all of them. We do our best to reply back. But yeah, so that's the quote of the day. Let's get into the episode. Let's start off with a last week recap. An absolute doozy, okay? An absolute doozy of a weekend for Big Rig and Ace. We are not going to hide behind it. We went 0-5. 0-5. I went back to the archives, Big Rig, and to figure out when is the last time that we went 0-5. And the archives told me that we went back in 2017, we had one weekend where we went 0-5.
Yeah, it was just rough. I mean,
horrible, not rough. I mean, that's a horrible weekend.
Yeah, it's not like you said, we don't hide like other people. We give our picks, and even if we're, like you said, there's going to be people who just like shut their channel down if they go 0-5. We don't do that. And it was a horrible weekend, and we're going to bounce back this week.
We're going to bounce back. We always do, but we cannot hide. That was a bad weekend, and, we got a lot of comments. I mean, yeah, people lost money for sure, because there's a lot of people that rely on our picks, and it's unfortunate. You win money, you lose money, but we're never happy, and we take look, let me make sure. I take this very seriously, guys. And when there's a losing week, it pisses me off. And if you wait till the BS talk, I have a kind of a story, and I'll get a little bit more into this doozy of a weekend. But it was a doozy of a weekend, and we're going to get into a recap of some of these games. And just like anybody that's really mind on their craft and really hones in, when you have a bad weekend, you want to figure out what happened, right? And why was it such a bad weekend? But let's get into a recap, Big Ree. Let's start off Thursday night. The Patriots beat the Steelers 21-18, Big Ree. What did you think about the game? What are your thoughts?
I don't know what the hell is happening to the Steelers, but kudos to the Patriots. They finally won, and then the Steelers need to get their act together. I mean, they're still in the playoff hunt, and they just blew it at home. I wouldn't say I was shocked, but it was just like, you should have won that game.
Yeah, but it's just tough when you lose your starting QB and, you have a backup quarterback. And Patriots they balled out. Bailey Zappi balled out. That's it. So, kudos to Bailey Zappi. Buccaneers 29-25 against the Falcons. I mean, my thoughts are just, look, you can't trust Desmond Ridder. Too many turnovers. And, kudos to Baker Mayfield and the Bucs. They came back. They were down 25-23, and they made a touchdown drive at the end and won the game.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Baker deserves credit. I mean, Drake London had a field day too. He had, I think, about 130 yards.
172 yards.
Yeah, a big day. I mean, but Falcons need to find their quarterback. It's not Ridder. It's pretty clear. That's loud and clear.
I think if I'm the Falcons, I don't know what pick they're going to end up getting. I trade 4 first-round picks for the number 1 overall pick this year. 4. Get that right. And I get the number 1 overall pick. I trade 4 first-round picks, and I draft Caleb Williams. That's what I'm doing if I'm the Falcons. This is not because they're going to have maybe a 10, 11th pick. So they have a good record. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? Get some other no-name guy to come in? They got to fix it. But yeah, let's move on. Okay, the Bears 28-13 beat the Lions, upset the Lions. Any thoughts here, Big Ree?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't say it on the record, but I did agree with this pick, and I told all my friends I think the Bears are going to win, but I did not think they were going to win by 15. No way in heck did I see this coming. Justin Fields had a field day. Detroit's defense is awful, and I mean, kudos to Justin Fields. He finally stepped up, and they won. I mean, I think it just shows the Lions are a fraud also.
Yeah, I mean, you start losing to the Bears and, just it's not good, right? And look, Justin Fields, I mean, you got to give this guy credit. He's playing well. And I think, like I said, I've said this, if you add more weapons, I think this guy can be really good. He's a dual threat. And look, I mean, quietly they have they started 0-3 and now they're I think 0-4, and now they're 5-4 in their last 9. They're getting wins. I mean, I know they had a guy Badgen that played a few, but look, good win for the Bears. I think a lot is riding on these next 4 games, how they finish it off. They can basically depend on if coaches are going to keep their jobs, if quarterbacks are going to keep their jobs. A lot is riding on these last 4 games, but kudos to the Bears. The Bengals 34-14 over the Colts, Big Reed. This was your lock of the week. What went wrong here, Big Reed?
I mean, they started out 14-0 Bengals. Then Colts came back. It was 14-14.
Yep.
I thought they had it from there. And then, I mean, they just went to sleep. Their defense was asleep. Their offense was asleep. Nothing was going right. And I was completely wrong about Jake Browning. He played great. And Joe Mixon had a field day, and this was just everything Cincinnati could have asked for. Perfect game for them, and absolute terrible game for Indianapolis.
What did you like so much about the Colts? This was your lock of the year. What did you like so much about this game?
I liked their offense a lot. Obviously, I said they had the better quarterback, which I was wrong. Minshew had a so-so game, but I mean, this one, I mean, Jake Browning outplayed them. I mean, their defense all around. I mean, the Bengals just outplayed them.
Okay, so I'm asking you this not because it's like, hey, Big Ree, you called this the lock of your year or whatever, and you were so high on this, but like, for me, every time I make a pick, 2 picks, 3 picks, and I get it wrong, I go back and I want to figure out what happened. What did I not see? What was wrong? What was wrong in my research? What did I overlook? And that's what I'm doing, and I've been doing that for my entire career. And that's what's made me so good. Or, because I figure out red flags, I figure out things to look at, and it's helped me in the future. And everyone's like, okay, well, Ace, every game is different. Yes, but being able to figure out these little tidbits, might save you 1 game out of every 15, but that's a 6 or 7% increase over 100 games. That's what's the difference between being 58 or 59% and 66 or 67%. And so I just want to know, like, what did you see? But, that's very important to just be able to figure out, hey, go back, what happened there? And then the Browns 31-27 against the Jags.
Yeah, obviously Joe Flacco, I mean, he played well. David Njoku had a good game. Jerome Ford was there, and they just outplayed the Jaguars. I didn't see this one coming, I'll say that. I mean, but Jaguars should have won. I mean, now the Browns are still in it. So even with Joe Flacco, I mean, kudos to them. And
yeah, I mean, look, the Browns got the win. Joe Flacco is a fraud. Don't buy the Joe Flacco hype. I just want to say that. Like, he had a decent game against a bottom 3 defense, pass defense. Then he once again, so I'm not buying Joe Flacco. I think he filled in better than, PJ Walker. I'll give him that, but let's not jump on it that these guys might be contenders. Obviously, Jaguars once again without a secondary receiver like Kirk, you just can't perform. And a banged up, Trevor Lawrence. These guys, if Lawrence doesn't get healthy and they don't get Kirk back, a healthy Kirk, they have no chance to make a run. Let's make that clear. Saints 28-6 against the Panthers. I really, really liked this game. The Saints -6, but I've been everybody that's been watching our entire season knows I've been just I might be 1-6 with the Saints or 0-6, something like that. So I stayed away, but I really like the Saints, and they they beat up on the Panthers. I don't know. There's not much to talk about. It's the Panthers.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah.
Who do they have? Who do the Panthers have?
Jets 30-6 against the Texans.
Yeah, this is one to talk about. I mean, obviously, no one saw this coming. Nico Collins got hurt. The Texans are pretty much falling apart. They didn't have Dalton Schultz. Obviously, Tank Dell was out. Obviously, C.J. Stroud got hurt, but that was like late in the 4th, which is this game was already over. And the Jets just played it lights out on offense and defensively, so kudos to them.
I'll give credit to Zach Wilson. He had probably his career game, and he played well. And so, got to give him credit that he had a good game. I didn't see that coming, that he was going to have such a good game, but I saw this coming. I'm not surprised about this at all. I've been saying that first of all, the Jets +4 was our one in the bonus video, members only. So that was one of our picks in the members only. And I was telling Harry B, hey, I like Jets to win this game. And so I'm not surprised there. I mean, look, you lost your second best receiver, and I knew that this slide was going to happen. And now, I mean, obviously Stroud got hurt, but I saw this coming regardless. And so, but look, Jets got a win. Kudos to Zach Wilson. I think that's the storyline here. He had a good game. And he had a good game when supposedly the story is he went to Coach Saleh and said, hey, I want to start me. And first of all, Saleh, if you're going to start players based on them telling you they want to start, you have no business to be a coach, first of all. But second of all, like, forget all of that other nonsense. Zach Wilson, I've been talking trash about this guy. I still think he's a bust. I think he can maybe be a serviceable backup at some point if he gets his act together. But give him credit. He played out. He played well. Hopefully he can continue it. That's it. Rams and Baltimore, what a game. Baltimore won 37-31. Rams just gave them everything they can handle. This was one of your picks as well, Big Ree.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I did not see the Rams offense playing this great, and kudos to them. The Ravens defense did not show up, and they just got lucky at the end with in overtime with that touchdown return. Special teams fumble a game for the Rams, and it was obviously they won 37-31. I definitely did not see that coming. Cooper Kupp had a big day with 118 yards and a touchdown. He stepped up, and it was a great game. I watched it.
Yeah, great game. I watched the entire game. Baltimore defense looked like crap. Matthew Stafford just cooking them up. Rams defense looked like crap as well. Baltimore never looked like they really were comfortable here. They squeezed it out at the end with that punt return, but yeah, Baltimore that's why nobody can count the Baltimore as a legit contender, because they do this nonsense. Yeah, they got the win, but at the end of the day, wins and losses are important, and that's what gets you into the playoffs. But don't get fooled when teams win and then you think, oh, they're a good team. Doesn't mean crap. If any sport, NFL, one or two bad plays or good plays can be the difference of 14 points that are going to win most games. And Baltimore cannot be trusted. Period. They just cannot be trusted. Anything you want to throw in on that game, Big Ree?
No, but I'll make it clear. I think in week 9 I said Baltimore is coming out of the AFC, and I still stand by it.
You did say it. Big Ree, definitely 100% you said that you like Baltimore for sure, and
I still stand by it.
And so, but they can make a run and get in there, but I don't trust these guys at all. Absolutely, because of this nonsense. This is nonsense. This is a nonsense. And one thing I have to say is when there's a lot of fans out there that just don't watch all these games. There's only how many games can you really watch, right?
Exactly. Yeah, for sure.
But when you start watching full games multiple weeks in a row of teams, you can really understand and you see what their flaws are, and what they're good at. These guys are a flawed team, for sure. Let's get into the Vikings beat the Raiders 3-0. What a doozy of a game. 3-0. 3-0 at the lowest total scoring point game in NFL in 16 years, supposedly.
Yeah.
I mean, at home, the Raiders put up an egg, and I don't know. I don't even know what to say about this game.
Exactly, yeah. Either baseball score, that's all.
Yeah, I mean, Raiders, they fumbled, in the red zone against Minnesota. That was the big difference. That would have got them at least a field goal. But, yeah, doozy of a game. Not much to say. Niners 28-16 versus Seattle. Once again, the Niners confusing you, blowing everybody out, and then only winning by 12 versus a backup quarterback and Drew Lock.
Yeah.
Purdy played well, and the Niners played well, but at home against a backup QB, I don't know. But not much to really...
Yeah, not much really to talk about there.
They got the win. They move on. Bills 20-17 versus the Chiefs. That was one of my picks. I had the Chiefs -1.5 lock of the week, and honestly, the game went as expected for me in terms of I thought it would be a pretty close game, but I thought Kansas City wins by a touchdown. But I misread this too. I've been saying all season that I don't trust Kansas City's offense, and against, and that's my fault. I still don't trust their offense, and you can't, you're scoring under 20 points week after week after week. So I take responsibility, and I'm not going to even use an excuse of the offsides call that, nullified that touchdown at the end. Like, yeah, that would have been great, and then maybe they would have held on and won and covered, but it doesn't matter. Like, they didn't play good up until that point. It should never have gotten to that point. So I'm not going to use that as an excuse, but this was a big game, Big Reed. What do you think here?
Yeah, I agree. I did not watch this game, but I saw the highlights, and I looked at that play. I mean, I don't know what to say about that play. Obviously, Mahomes was very emotional. I mean, he did come out and apologize, but he just has so much passion for the game. But, yeah, their offense needs to pick it up. And, I mean, Rashee Rice had a good game, but I think he needs to throw to Kelsey more. Rice is his go-to wide receiver. He's a rookie, and this is going to be interesting because it's like back-to-back losses is definitely going to put a concern on you. Yep. And I don't know what to say about the Chiefs at this point.
Yeah, I mean, look, their offense is flawed. Let's make that clear. They can't put up points. They don't have a number one receiver, and I want to make an argument they don't have a number two receiver. They have a lot of number threes. They got a lot of number 3 and 4 receivers. They don't have a number 1 or a number 2. Kelsey's a really good tight end. Let's not, but that's it. And where are all these Chief fans that are big Taylor Swift fans? Where are they all now? What are they all excited about? Once Taylor Swift coming in, everybody's talking about Taylor Swift. Oh, we got Taylor Swift on our side, da-da-da. Yeah, everybody's really talking about Swift now, right? Looking at it the other way. Yeah, looking at the other way. Swift comes in, and now we go from Super Bowl champions to a complete joke right now. The Chiefs are a joke right now. Their offense is a joke. And honestly, it's sad because this might be one of the best defensive they had in the last 3-4 years.
Yeah, that's what kept them in the game, for sure.
In all these games, it's just a joke. It's a joke that their offense is so bad. Taylor Swift.
T-Swizzle.
Yeah. I want to see what
it's her birthday today, boy. Happy birthday,
Swift.
T-Swizzle.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, happy birthday. Everybody deserves a happy birthday. I'm a big fan of birthdays. So when it's your birthday, that's your day. And you can enjoy it, and it's your day. Do what the hell you want. I'm a big fan of that. So birthdays are number one holiday for me. So enjoy your birthday, Taylor. Okay, Broncos 24-7. One of my picks. Chargers -3. Let me make this real clear. Justin Herbert got injured, had nothing to do with the game. Did not impact the game at all. He would have played the whole game, they still would have lost. I misread this, and what I misread about this game is the Chargers team has given up on their coach. They do not care. He is a dead man walking, and I did not read that. That's it. That it doesn't matter. And then one more thing that I misread. But let's not blame Justin Herbert getting injured. It had nothing to do with this loss. The team doesn't care about Brandon Staley is not playing for him. They've given up. Brandon Staley doesn't even care anymore because he knows he's done. He doesn't even care. He's not even putting together real game plans anymore, okay? And then secondly, another thing that I kind of underestimated, and Big Ree has been saying this for a while, is the Chargers, they were at home, but they're not really at home. Especially when they're playing a team like Arizona, or they're playing Seattle, or they're playing Denver, or Vegas. Any team that's within a couple hour drive, it's not a home game anymore. That's it. There was probably 70% Bronco fans, and so those are mistakes right there. It's not a home game, which is 3 points. It's not a home game, and secondly, it's not a home game, and Brandon Staley has lost the team.
100% agree. You couldn't have said it any better. And now they're pretty much just shutting it down now. They might as well fire him now. I think you said that last week. Keenan Allen sitting out Thursday night. Now Herbert's done for the season. It's like, who else? Mike Williams already out. Who else you got? Eckler?
Yeah, and he sucks this year. He's playing horrible. Yeah. Horrible. We're not even talking about fantasy because I know you can get points on fantasy, but this guy's playing horrible. And let's just move on. That was a doozy of a pick by me. And then let's get into Cowboys 33-13 against the Eagles on Sunday night.
Yeah.
What do you think here, Big Ree?
I mean, Dak balled out. First off, kudos to him. MVP favorite now, bet odds on according to Vegas.
He's playing good,
and
yeah.
the Eagles just sucked. I mean, their defense is bad. I mean, their offense was bad. Just all around, doozy. Got whooped. And you've been saying it that they're a fraud pretty much, and it's been proven now. I mean, their last 2 games, they didn't just lose. They got whooped. They got the works. So
They got spanked. You're right. Last 2 games. Their defense is horrible. They have a horrible, and I don't understand why. They have all these Georgia defenders.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to think. Like, how is their defense so bad?
I don't know. I don't know what's wrong, but their defense is horrible, and their offense is just not as great as it was, right?
Yeah.
That's just both of those things are playing out, and Cowboys, give them credit. They're playing well. And, everybody wants to jump on, these analysts are trying to jump on the Cowboys bandwagon right now, but how, did I say this, 4 or 5 weeks ago, that it just feels different this year with the Cowboys? And I'm not even going to say they're going to make the Super Bowl, but I'm just saying that these guys just feel different, that at least, Dak is on top of stuff, and the defense looks good, and we'll see how it plays out. I'm not going to call them a favorite at all. I still don't call everyone jumps on the Niners. I'm not seeing them as a clear, oh my gosh, they're going to make it either. Who knows? I think it's going to be a fun race. I mean, and if the Eagles can get their act together, they can still be in it.
So which team is in more trouble, the Eagles or the Chiefs?
Chiefs.
Yeah, everyone's saying the Chiefs, but I think the Eagles kind of, because the Chiefs lost and they were both close, but the Eagles just got the works. And both teams they're going to have to go through in the NFC.
Yeah, but the Eagles had a lot of turnovers, right? So you can clean the turnovers and you have the talent. Chiefs got no talent on offense.
Yeah, I can agree on that.
Who's gonna catch the ball there? Mahomes can only do so much. He's been doing that, but I think they're figuring it out that these guys got no receivers. So I think the Chiefs are in bigger trouble than the Eagles. But that defense looks horrible for the Eagles, so I don't know. I don't know if there's a fix there, right? With Mahomes, at least you have a chance every time he throws the ball, right? So there's pros and cons on both sides. Let's move on to the last game. Last 2 games on Monday night. Titans beat the Dolphins 28-27. This was one of my 3rd picks, and I watched this entire game. And, they fumbled right away on their first drive, the Dolphins. Then they got a pick 6, but I was like, man, this is just a bad omen. Then Tyreek got injured. And then I was like, oh, man, this just doesn't look good. This guy, he's running back, but you could just clearly tell he's injured. I'm like, this doesn't look good. This just reminded me of the Jacksonville Bengals game. And I'm like, oh, this just doesn't look good. It's just a bad sign. But then they actually ended up coming back, and they were up 27-13 with 4 minutes left. And I was like, oh, wow, this could be a nice backdoor situation, and they could cover. And then, look, credit to the Titans. And 2 things on my thoughts real quick. Titans come back, score a touchdown when Miami's playing just prevent defense and doesn't care if they're up by 2 touchdowns. Then bad play calling when they get the ball back because Titans went for 2 and got it. So they were only down by 6. And these guys are playing some stupid calls. Mike McDaniels, stupid calls, thought this game was over. And so defense, whoever the coordinator is, played prevent. That was a mistake. Mike McDaniels. And then as much as I don't like this guy and I still think he's going to be a bust, Will Levis, I mean, he played well. And he got them down the field, made some pretty big passes, and they won. But this is more on the Dolphins just blowing this game than the Titans. Hey, give them all the credit in the world. But what do you think, Big Ree?
I saw 27-13 in the middle of the 4th, and I just said, oh, this one's over. I came back down. I was like, what the heck? They're interviewing Will Levis, and then my brother had to explain to me what happened. I was like, what the heck happened? And I don't know what to say. But I mean, Dolphins, this is an embarrassing loss. You're up 27-13
with 4 minutes left.
4 minutes left, and this shows why you're not a contender. You haven't beaten a contending team, and you just blew a 14-point lead with 4 minutes left. This shows why you're not going to come out of the AFC.
They looked like they had a lot of issues. When Tyreek Hill was out, they looked like they couldn't do nothing. Tua was running for his life. The O-line looked bad. And the defense, I don't know what they were saying. Like, they're not even letting Ramsey run the routes with the receivers all the way or something. What kind of stupid defense is that? What stupid defense philosophy is that? We're going to ease him in. He can't run with the receiver. So he's guarding a receiver, and the receiver starts cutting in. He has to stop, and someone else has to take over guarding the player. I don't know if that's real, but that's what they were saying on the commentary. I was like, dude, it's just ridiculous. Now let's get into the last game quickly. Giants 24-22 over your Green Bay Packers. Big Ree, I'll let you take the mic. What did you think about the game, and what happened here?
Jordan Love lost the game. QB gets the fame. QB gets the blame. He had 2 turnovers. I did not see the first half, so I did not see the fumble, but that interception was just awful. Right when he released it, I knew it was an interception. I was just like, I just put my head down. It was just so bad. There's no excuse here. I can come up with many excuses, but he did come through at the end, but kudos to the Giants. You got to give the Giants credit. Tommy DeVito and Saquon Barkley had a field day. And there's so many, I mean, it's kind of like interesting stat here. The most sacked quarterback doesn't even get sacked one time. So, but there's no excuse. Kudos to the Giants. They outplayed them.
Yeah, but I don't know if I'm going to blame Jordan Love. I mean, look, I always say turnovers are a big deal, and I agree. And that you can't have 2 turnovers and expect to win games. You can still slide and win some games, right? But you can't have turnovers. But he did lead them back, and he led them back, and they took the lead. Giants, I mean, Green Bay D didn't hold off. Jordan Love did what he needed to do. At the end of the day, he had 2 turnovers, but when he needed to, he came back, got them a touchdown. They took the lead. And at that point, the defense needs to step up and hold them off, and they didn't. That's my thoughts there. It's like, look, Jordan Love, 2 turnovers. If he doesn't have 2 turnovers, they probably win this game, but they still could have won this game if the defense held off. But look, I mean, I think it was a big loss for the Packers because they have a pretty easy schedule to end the season. I think they almost assure themselves a playoff spot if they win this game. And I'm just saying, I hope this one loss doesn't cost them. Anyhow, let's move on, Big Ree. Real quickly, the BS segment, we're going to keep it short because we've been running over time. But real quickly, just quick story. You know, it was my mom's birthday. Took my mom out for her birthday. Happy birthday, Mom. And we were at this restaurant. And so we're sitting there, and the table behind us, out of nowhere, I heard this one guy. I don't even know, like, I didn't even look at who was talking, right? So I just, I'm like literally sitting like this, and they were like behind. So I'm not going to like turn around and try to see who was talking. It was probably a group of 6. And I hear one dude talking, okay? And he's like, F this securities, F this sports betting, okay? F this, I'm on this new stuff now, right? And I don't know what he said was his new stuff that he was on, right? But he just said F sports betting, right? And it just hit a chord with me. And it just hit me where it's like, look, everybody is just trying to make $1.
Exactly,
right?
facts.
People get jumping on sports betting, like, dude, get some action on the weekend and try to make some money. Get some cash out, use that money, buy themselves a new pair of shoes, do whatever, get some new clothes, take a trip, save up for something, a car, whatever it is. And so everybody's trying to make money, and they coming on the Don't Get Fooled show, trying to get some picks and to help them make some money. And so that's exactly why I take this serious, because of you guys. The viewers, the subscribers, the members, they take this serious. They're trying to make money, and I take this serious. And yes, I know what I'm doing with researching, and I've been doing this for a long time, and I know what I'm doing, but I take this serious when there's a loss, or when there's a weekend like this where I go 0-3, which rarely damn happens, right? But I take this damn serious, and when they're, like anybody in their craft, what I was going to say is, I go back and I try to figure out what went wrong and try to improve and figure that out, and I take this damn serious. You guys are pissed you lost some money. Trust me, I'm pissed for both reasons, okay? Okay, ditto because of the money situation. And secondly, because somebody else relied on our picks and lost some cash. And so I take this serious, and just rang a chord with like, dude, this is probably one of these dudes. This guy could have been a subscriber. I don't know. That you looking for picks and then lose some money and is pissed off. So I take this serious. Big Ree takes it serious. We'll be back, boys and girls. We've been, we'll catch fire and we'll move on and have a good week. But yeah, just a doozy of a weekend. Nothing else to say. It was bad. I overread some stuff. I corrected that, and let's move forward this week. Let's get into some shout outs, Big Ree. And before we get into the shout outs, I want to thank everybody. We got a lot of interaction on the and participation on the last week's question of the day regarding the cereal and the type of milk and the type of bowl. And so that was great. Honestly, one of the best questions of the day of all time. And the participation was great. And so thank you guys very much. I'm going to throw out a quick question of the day just so we get some action in the comments. Real quickly, I was with Javi over the weekend. We were out at night, and then we got back late. It was probably about maybe 2 a.m. Driving back, and we stopped off at Del Taco. And we got some breakfast burritos and some stuff at like 2 in the morning, but it was me, Javi, and one other of our buddies, and we all three of us got a bean and cheese burrito from Del Taco, okay, as one of our items. And Javi and our boy got a green sauce, and I got red sauce. Okay? And so that's where the question of the day, first for you, Big Ree, are you a green salsa kind of guy, or are you a red salsa kind of guy?
Green all day, every day.
Green all day?
Yeah.
So salsa in your burritos, you want green sauce?
Green sauce.
I'm a red salsa kind of guy, unless I'm going to King Taco here in Los Angeles area. Their green salsa will change your life. Will change your life, the green salsa at King Taco in Los Angeles. But comment below if you're team green salsa, or team red salsa. All right, let's get into some shout outs, Big Ree.
All right, first shout out is to Joel Ramirez. He said, always love the weekly content. Cereal for the win. You can eat cereal at any time of the day. Frosted Flakes, regular, chocolate, and cinnamon flavors. Chocolate Pebbles all day. Finish the bowl by drinking sweet milk. Big Ree and Ace, you're the best.
We appreciate it, Joel. Thank you. And we've had a few comments regarding that like, I want to give a shout out to our boy from Wichita, and he said the same thing. Use that chocolate milk. You put the milk in there above the cereal line. That way, at the end, it's like drinking chocolate milk.
Yeah.
And so that was great. And so really, a lot of good comments. Want to give a shout out to Frank Altman. He said Kellogg's, Frosted Flakes, Lucky Charms. I can't believe we missed Lucky Charms, and Cheerios. Great show, Big Ree and Ace. Let's go.
Shout out to Manny Carras. My favorite cereals of all time is during the Halloween season. It's only the time you can find them in stores. Frankberry, Blueberry, and Coconut, Chocula, Frosted Mini Wheats. The original big ones, not big size, a close second. And as far as milk goes, I'm a tweener as medium and level. Not too much and not too little, just right.
Okay, let's get a shout to DMIG4CM. Ace, one of my favorite cereals. I can eat it dry, it's so good. Ace, you crazy. Love you. Glass bowl, big bowl, milk. Don't care how much fat, but cow's milk. All the others taste weird. And we got you can't eat the granolas fast. Top 5 cereals, honeycomb, Cocoa Puffs is solid too. That was a good one. Cocoa Pebbles, Fruit Loops, and Golden Grams. And so we got a lot of comments about different kinds of milk. All sorts of milks.
Shout out to Frank Martinez. He said, big glass bowl and always use almond milk. Love you guys. Hello from Bullhead City, Arizona.
Bullhead City, Arizona. And just a correction, when we were talking about it last week, I kept referring to a glass bowl. When I meant glass bowl, I meant glass bowl / ceramic bowl, not a plastic. So a lot of people are saying the ceramic, same thing, ceramic, glass bowl. That's what I was referring to, the ceramic bowls.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can have a glass bowl, literally like a see-through glass bowl as well. Shout out to Eric Lunding. He said, skim milk, apple, cinnamon, Cheerios. Okay, let me quickly, he said glass bowl, apple, cinnamon, Cheerios, a lot of milk, and second option, vanilla crunch, raisin bran. And just on that note, anything apple cinnamon, I'm a big fan of. Apple cinnamon is one of my favorite flavors in general. All right, Big Ree.
Shout out to Joe V. He says glass, big bowl, 2%. Love the raisin bran. Literally amount of the milk.
So he basically saying you exact amount of milk as the cereal. All right, shout out to Dave Smith. Honey Nut Cheerios with lactose-free and fat-free milk, keeping it healthy. Second choice, Honey Bunches of Oats, same type of milk. I mean, hearing a lot of lactose-free milk, the Lactate brand, and a lot of almond milk. So that's not bad. I mean, you want to cut down on that fat, and you already got the cereal that's kind of sweet, so it's not a bad situation. I'm going to try that.
Yeah.
And I think there's one cereal, I don't know if you put it in there, that somebody said recommended, and I already looked it up and already ordered it. But I don't know what the name was. It was a different, I've never heard of the name. That's why I had to look it up. But if it catches if it comes in my head, I'll say it later on in the episode.
Shout out to Daniel Musi. He said ceramic bowl, plastic leches and hot milk, oat milk. There's so much sugar in milk. I lost pounds real quick during the switch. Milk covers 90% of cereal.
So he wants it just a little bit less than the cereal. And he's right. I mean, plastic, it says the plastic leaches with hot milk, so that's good. Oat milk, I've never tried oat milk with cereal, so that's an option. And I know milk has a lot of sugar. I didn't realize how much it does. So it's not a bad option of trying to, substitute some of this other kind of milk into the cereal or coffee or tea. So I ate a lot of cereal and I drink a lot of coffee and tea. So, all right, shout out to the Motional Critic, Kashi Organic Shredded Wheat Berry Fruitful. You can take your time eating it. It doesn't get soggy quickly. That's the best when the cereal doesn't get soggy. Love it. Shout out to Cashman. He said, it's wrong to use plastic bowl for cereal. That is a no-go. It is a must-be ceramic round bowl. No pirate, no glass bowl, no oddly shaped bowls either. Gotta be solely ceramic round bowl. Milk line in the cereal, no exceptions. Below the cereal, milk line
below the cereal, no exceptions. If you eat any other way, the cereal does not taste right.
Cereal connoisseurs here, Big Ree. The amount of milk, the type of milk, the cereal line, the type of cereal, the bowl, the size of the bowl.
Yeah.
All of this is very important.
For sure.
And so this is great. This is probably one of the best questions of the day we've had all season.
For sure.
And in the history of the DGF show.
For sure.
So thank you everybody that participated. Before we get into the picks, Big Ree, we're going to have a DGF merch contest giveaway. We're going to give away a hoodie, a DGF shirt, and a DGF mug, your choice.
Yeah.
So you can pick one of the three. We're going to give 3 of them away, so to 3 winners. And Big Ree, you want to get into the which game we're going to focus on?
We got the Cowboys at the Bills.
And that's going to be a Sunday afternoon game. And how you can enter the contest is you can comment below on this video. You have to comment before 10 a.m. No, actually, the game starts. You have to comment before 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Sunday. Then we're going to close all the entries, screenshot everything, and then it's done. But comment below, and you want to comment number 1, 3 items. First, you want to comment which team you think is going to win, the Bills or the Cowboys. Second, you want to comment how much are they going to win by? So if you think the Cowboys are going to win, Cowboys by 4, 6, 8, whatever it is, 7. And then the third is the longest pass play by either quarterback in the game doesn't have to be a touchdown, just longest pass play. And so comment those 3 items. Which team's going to win, by how much, longest pass play. Top 3 winners will be notified and will get DGF merch. Comment below. Anything else, Big Ree, before we get into the docket of games?
That's it. Let's get into the picks.
All right, without further ado, here we go, boys and girls. Aquí vamos, chicos y chicas. Let's go. Game 1. This is a Thursday night game. We got the Los Angeles Chargers at the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders are a 3-point favorite. The Chargers 5-8, coming off a 24-7 loss to Denver. Justin Herbert got injured. He is out for the season, along with Keenan Allen is out as well. The Chargers 3-6 in their last 9 games. Their 3 wins were versus Chicago, the Jets, and New England. They did beat Las Vegas 24-17 in week 4. And then the Las Vegas Raiders, who are 5-8, coming off a 3-0 loss to Minnesota. They had 3 turnovers in that game, and one of them a fumble in the red zone. So that's a big deal. You can't have turnovers in the red zone. They are on a 3-game losing streak. Miami, Kansas City, and Minnesota. So they've lost 3 games, but pretty decent teams. So they haven't been just losing to no-name teams. And here's my thoughts here. Look, the team is, I've said this earlier, the team has given up on Brandon Staley. That's clear. And I think Brandon Staley has given up on the team. He knows he's done. They got the 29th overall defense, giving up 375 yards. Look, I don't care that Aiden O'Connell's the quarterback. The Chargers are done. They're on the road. Do not bet the Chargers the rest of the way. This team is done. Don't worry about the Raiders putting up a goose egg last week. They're at home. I like them to win easily. This is a very, very easy. It's not my lock, but it's a very, very easy one. And I'm taking the Raiders -3, and I want to throw in 2 correct score predictions for anybody that wants some extra juice. I like the Raiders to win 20-13. That gets you 80-1 on your money, 80-1 odds, or 24-13, and that's 175-1. So the correct score prop odds for this game. All right, game 2. This is a Saturday game. We got 3 games on Saturday this weekend. We got the Denver Broncos at the Detroit Lions. The Lions are a 4-point favorite. Denver 7-6, coming off a 24-7 win versus the Chargers. They put up 322 yards on the Chargers. And this was look, Russ is playing well quietly throughout this season. You know, this guy having a nice season, 67% completion, 23 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. And he has a touchdown pass in every single game this season. Every single game this season. They are 6-1 in their last 7 games. Their defense has been playing lights out over the last 8, giving up only 16 points per game, which would be second in the NFL right now. And then we got Detroit 9-4, coming off a 28-13 loss at Chicago. They got outgained 336-267. They lost 2 of their last 3 games, Green Bay and Chicago. And just a lot of mediocre wins for Detroit since that week 1 win versus Kansas City. And we're all seeing Kansas City as well. They're not looking as great as they have been the last couple seasons. And here's my thoughts here. Detroit's defense is horrendous. Look at their last 5 games, boys and girls. They gave up 38 points to the Chargers, 26 to the Bears, 29 to Green Bay, 28 to New Orleans, and 28 to the Bears. Their defense is just really bad, and Jared Goff is playing good, but not great. Like, he's just looking a little bit above serviceable. And it's a concern here. Look, don't let this 9-4 record fool you, but I really like Denver, and I'm taking Denver +4. All right, game 3. We got the San Francisco 49ers at the Arizona Cardinals. The Niners are a 12.5-point favorite. The 49ers 10-3, coming off a 28-16 win versus Seattle. They put up 527 yards. They are on a 5-game winning streak. And Brock Purdy, 13 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and 73% completion over the 5-game winning streak. Defense is allowing only 13 points per game. And then we got Arizona, who's 3-10, coming off a 24-10 win versus Pittsburgh prior to the bye week. They are 2-2 with Kyler Murray at quarterback. They beat, their 21-16 loss to Houston and a 37-14 loss to the Rams. And they did lose to San Francisco 35-16 in week 4. But here's my thoughts. Arizona has the 13th ranked pass defense, much better than some of these other teams that San Francisco has been playing. And another thought here is, look, next week San Francisco plays Baltimore. And I feel like the San Francisco 49ers are going to overlook this game on the road. Just want to come out there with a win. And I have San Francisco on upset alert, boys and girls. I got the Niners on upset alert. This is my lock of the week. I'm taking Arizona +12.5. All right, Big Ree, let's go.
The first game I got is the Bucks traveling to Lambeau Field to take on the Green Bay Packers. Bucks 6-7, coming off a 29-25 win versus the Falcons. As Ace mentioned, Baker Mayfield played pretty good. Packers coming off a 24-22 loss to the Giants. Jordan Love played bad, 218 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 1 fumble. The Bucks have a solid defense, better than the Packers. Baker's playing solid, but playing in Lambeau at this time of the year is a problem. I think Jordan Love has a bounce-back game, and hopefully Christian Watson and Aaron Jones play. I am going to buy half a point here, down to from 3.5 to 3, so I'm taking the Packers -3. The next game we got is the Chicago Bears traveling to Cleveland to take on the Browns. The Bears coming off a huge 28-13 win versus the Lions. Browns coming off a 31-27 win versus the Jaguars. Joe Flacco played well. Justin Fields played well as well. Played 223 yards, 1 touchdown, 58 rushing yards, and 1 touchdown. Fields played good, but this Brown, as Ace mentioned, the Lions' defense is atrocious, and this Browns' defense is much better. I think home field is going to be a key factor here, and I think the Browns cover easy. I'm taking the Browns -3 as my lock of the week.
All right. Look, we're gonna have looking forward to a nice bounce back week, and football Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So 4 days of NFL football. Going to be a good week, and I think there's going to be Saturday games for the rest of the season, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Except for the last week, I believe. Other than that, it's going to be a nice way to end the 2023 year. All right, make sure to subscribe,
like, and comment, and join the membership.
All right, boys and girls.